U.S. President Donald Trump delivered a combative speech before the United Nations General Assembly as it convened on its 80th anniversary. He began his speech after a small technical snag with a teleprompter and a hello to his wife, Melania Trump. In his hour-long address, Trump spared no criticism, beginning with his predecessor, the former U.S. President Joe Biden, before taking him at world leaders on everything from migration, green energy to the Russia-Ukraine war. Trump then turned his attention to the United Nations, accusing it of not living up to its promise and even accused it of bringing on more problems on the conflict in Gaza. He accused the member states of rewarding Hamas by recognizing Palestinian state. He also demanded Hamas to release all the remaining hostages. Listen in to some big talking points from Trump's UNGA address.
I've always said it. It has such tremendous potential, but it's not even coming close to living up to that potential. For the most part, at least for now, all they seem to do is write a really strongly worded letter and then never follow that letter up. It's empty words, and empty words don't solve war. The only thing that solves war and wars is action. China and India are the primary funders of the ongoing war by continuing to purchase Russian oil. But inexcusably, even NATO countries have not cut off much Russian energy and Russian energy products. Unfortunately, Hamas has repeatedly rejected reasonable offers to make peace. We can't forget October 7th, can we? Now, as if to encourage continued conflict, some of this body is seeking to unilaterally recognize a Palestinian state. The rewards would be too great for Hamas terrorists for their atrocities. This would be a reward for these horrible atrocities. The world's #1 sponsor of terror can never be allowed to possess the most dangerous weapon. That's why, shortly after taking office, I sent the so-called Supreme Leader a letter making a generous offer. I extended a pledge of full cooperation in exchange for a suspension of Iran's nuclear program. The regime's answer was to continue their constant threat. By the way, they're a joke. They don't work. They're too expensive. They're not strong enough to fire up the plants that you need to make your country great. The wind doesn't blow. Those big windmills are so pathetic and so bad.